Hello, and welcome to QuickBooks Tutorials brought to you by Better Biz Info, a profit-first professional firm. Today we're going to be teaching you about reconciliations in QuickBooks Online. So to provide some background foundation, account reconciliation is the process of comparing internal financial records against monthly statements from external sources, such as banks, credit card companies, or a financial institution, to make sure that they match up. So basically what that means, in more simple terms, is you're making sure that your QuickBooks balance matches your bank balance. In a reconciliation, you're making sure that QuickBooks has accounted for all of the incoming and outgoing transactions that occurred in the reconciliation period, which is usually about 1 month, if you're staying on top of all your books. Knowing how to reconcile your accounts accurately is essential for the financial health of your business, as it helps detect any errors, discrepancy, or fraud that may have occurred. Reconciling your accounts and comparing transactions also helps your accountant to produce reliable, accurate, and high-quality financial statements for you. So, now that we understand what a reconciliation is and what it does for us, let's get started. Once you've logged into your QuickBooks and opened your company, you'll come to the Overview page. As usual, you'll go over to the left side menu and click Banking, and it opens up your banking page. We'll be working with our savings account today. When you go to do a reconciliation, you click on the account that you're working on, you click Go to Bank Register, and then you click Reconcile. You'll see an ending balance and an ending date. These are the two things that you need to know before you can start reconciling. The way that you figure out how you need to fill in these two boxes is by looking at your bank statement. Since this is a sample company, we're going to be using a bank statement that I created, but it'll be the same process for yours. So to get your bank statement is a little bit different for whatever bank that you're using, but you'll generally log in, find where it says Statements, and then download your monthly statement. Once you've opened your statements, you can see several things. You'll see the name of the bank, you'll see a month and a year, you'll see two dates here, you'll see the name of your company, and you'll see the account that you're working on. Then what you'll see is two dates that say beginning balance and ending balance. For here, it's saying that as of January 1st, 2021, the beginning balance, or the balance of this savings account, was $0. And then on January 31st, 2021, the end of this bank statement, or the end of this period, your balance was $200. And the reason that it's $200 is because you have one transaction, which is a transfer to savings or a deposit to your savings account for $200. So if we look back at our QuickBooks, we can see that the beginning balance is $0, just like it says on our bank statement, $0 beginning balance. And then the two things that we need to know are our ending balance and the ending date. So our ending balance will be this $200 because that was the balance of this account as of the ending date, which is January 31st, 2021. So those are the two things that we'll fill out. Our ending balance will be $200 and our ending date will be January 31st, 2021. Then you can click Start Reconciling. It will now open this page, which will show you, again, several things. This is where it shows you what the bank statement ending balance was, and then it will show you the cleared balance that shows up in QuickBooks. So what your goal is to get this to be a difference of 0. So as you can see, the difference is already 0, and you can see the one payment that was made in here of $200 as one deposit. This matches what is on our bank statement, the $200 deposit, and it has this green symbol on here, which means that it cleared the bank, which we know because it's in the bank statement. So if this difference says 0, you know that your bank balance and your QuickBooks balance match. So once you've gotten to that 0 difference, you can go ahead and click Finish Now, Done, and you've reconciled that account for that month. However, sometimes reconciliations are not quite that easy. Sometimes when you go into a reconciliation page, you'll see something like this, where it says the difference is 0, you can see the account, but there's also a transaction here that has not cleared the bank for a certain amount. If you click that, you can see that it says that there is a difference and you can't finish your reconciliation. In this case, you'll need to figure out why this transaction is here, if it's supposed to be included in the reconciliation, and if not, what happened and what we're supposed to do with it. So there's several ways you can go about this. The first is to use your bank statement as a resource. What you can do is you can obviously look at your bank statement and see all of the transactions that occurred and see which transactions should be included in the reconciliations and which shouldn't. And the ones that shouldn't are things that didn't clear the bank or didn't actually happen, as in the money did not go in or out of your account. So you can see here, obviously, the $200 is the only thing that happened during this month in the bank. So when you go back, this $14.99 to Apple did not happen in the bank. It was added in QuickBooks and never cleared the bank, so it should not be included in your reconciliation. Another way that you can figure out if your bank balance and your QuickBooks balance matches is using the statement and comparing your deposits versus payments to your bank statement. So here it says that there were 0 payments and there was 1 deposit for $200. If you look at your statement, you can see that it has that information right here. 1 deposit and 0 expenses, totaling the same amounts as your QuickBooks, which is again another sign that the one that you have selected is the only one that you should have selected. If you found out that this should not be here, and you know that it never happened, and you know that it shouldn't even be in your QuickBooks, you can go ahead and delete this transaction by clicking Edit, More, and Delete. You always want to make sure with the client or with the business owner that it is okay to delete that transaction, because some transactions are just waiting to be cleared in your bank. Other times, what you might find is that the cleared date occurs for a transaction after the ending date of your reconciliation. So sometimes what will happen is the date of the transaction occurred on a date in your reconciliation period in January, but it didn't clear the bank until February. In that case, obviously you will not include the February cleared transaction in your reconciliation period. But once you figured out what the discrepancy is between your bank and your QuickBooks and have resolved it, you can go ahead and click Finish Now if this difference is 0, and finish your reconciliations. One expert tip I will give you is that sometimes what you can see here is in your bank feed, you can see that the bank balance and the QuickBook balance already match. They're both $200. And it was updated moments ago and everything has been coded. This means that your bank balance and your QuickBooks balance are the same already, and you don't necessarily need to use the bank statement to figure out your beginning and ending dates and balances. What you would do in this case is just copy this amount, the bank balance, go to your register page, reconcile, enter $200 into the ending date, and use today's date as the ending balance. Then when you say Start Reconciling, it pulls in all of the transactions from your last reconciliation date up to today, and they should match because your bank balance and your QuickBooks balance matches. If it does, you can go ahead and say Finish Now, and you're finished with that reconciliation. While this is a good strategy, you want to always make sure you still download and use the bank statements as a resource and save them somewhere to keep your financial records organized and healthy. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and that it gave you some good tips and knowledge of how to do reconciliations in QuickBooks. If you would like to see more QuickBooks Online tutorials, you can click the link right here. And if you would like to learn more about how we at Better Biz Info can help your business become better and more profitable, you can schedule a free consultation with us at betterbizinfo.com or call us at 816-500-5779. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.